The time's come to play here in my garden of shadows.
Hello, I'm Rinya, aka Media Adaptation, and welcome back to Moderation while I'm Easter egg game. And it's time once again to talk about the supposedly lost 80s style anime, Go for a Punch, aka Saki Sanobashi. And it's our job to cover the events of the search over the past week, namely from the Discord and Reddit servers. So to shake things up, let's start with the Reddit this time. And we got a nice fan art from Nostalgic Rin. Although the girl looking straight up kinda reminds me of Monica from Doki Doki. Another interesting thing is the movie called The Exterminating Angel from 1962. Why did someone bring up a live-action film in the search for an anime? Well, it kind of has a similar plot, as a bunch of people get trapped in an area, and some turn to suicide to escape from their captivity. Sure, this film primarily focuses on the trappings of modern society and religion, but I guess it's the point that the concept was out in the world before the 1980s. So this film could have inspired the work in question. Also, this film was 3 hours long, so it was the reason why this video didn't get posted yesterday. Sorry, just need to get that off my chest. As for the other Reddit, aside from the sea of memes, someone did suggest the idea of trying to make a software that can sort through all the known images to help narrow down the search. But sadly, I don't know anyone who's in the search that has anywhere near that level of tech know-how to pull off such a feat. But anyway, it's at least an interesting thought. And now it's time for the Discord server. There was an archive found on a Goro site that had talks about people drowning in sinks, but sadly no pictures from it were actually archived, so we don't know what animation they were talking about. We also have another piece of artwork by the user Jasper. I'm unsure if they made this one or they just posted it. So I guess it's time to try and focus back to ID the menagerie of mysterious images, to try and find the source to all the pictures. And thanks to our viewers last time, we found that this one was from the anime called Shamedic Princess. Again, it was right in that time period that we thought it was. We then have this generic shot of a bathroom, and while cross-checking some of the older animes that I thought it was from, I accidentally ID'd an image that's been bugging us for the past 10 weeks. Remember this one? Turns out we overlooked it because we talked about the anime all the way back in episode 2 of the show, Gaku no Yori, aka School of Ghosts, Volume 2 Animation 4. God, this one's been driving me insane for months now. Next, we have another new one, which is also from another title that we covered a while back, called Densetsu Tachi no Kyuden, which I believe we also talked about a week or two ago as well. Also back then, on the Discord, we talked about this image, but I don't believe we actually mentioned it in one of our videos or not. This is from Digital Devil Story, which we also covered back in episode 8, I think it was, and still to this day has one of the worst ways to die in an old school anime. That is not the proper way to eat a pussy.
I can't believe you said that.
Bite me. Okay, let's focus. I don't think we ever ID'd this one out either. Again, it looks digital, so it's probably from the early 2000s era. So if it rings any bells, then please post it down in the comments below. We also have this one from the second Wang video. That was also never found out. I guess this is from that 9 Angels thing that kinda went nowhere. It's pretty much been dismissed by now. And given the coloring on the clothes and the face, it kinda makes me think that it was a screenshot taken from a live-action movie that was just painted over with a filter. But that's just my opinion of it anyway. Also, we talked about the anime sales that we found a while back, and we posted a few, but we didn't actually get through any of the others, so I'm just going to post them up now. Again, if you know the names of any of these anime, then please go ahead and chime in the comments below. Sadly, these things don't really go through a reverse image search, and I'm pretty sure I've seen a handful of these, but can't really pin it down. so anything you do helps. We also received 2 topics for videos to make. The first is a tier list of old school anime that we've covered, and how close did they come to Saki. And the other one is more of a fact-based one, basically detailing the search from the end of the second Wang video to the end of the second Discord server. Which could be an interesting topic to cover, since we've been in operation on Saki for that entire time period. So tell us down in the comments below if you'd like us to cover any of those topics for a future video. Well, this has been an odd stroll down memory lane, and we're still going down it, cause in the past we've covered the works of Go Nagi, Devilman, Violent Jack, and Demon Lord Dante. And we've been asked to take a look at another one of his called Iron Virgin June from 1992. And dear God, the mother looks like a mix of a JoJo character and one from Fist of the North Star. Ugh. Anyway, it's her 18th birthday, and they try to find her a suitor, but she's not wanting any of this, so she runs away. And like any loving family, they send out the ninjas to go get her back. Oh wait, it gets better, as she's a strong independent woman who don't need no man to save her, so she hulks the fuck out and goes to town on their sorry asses. Watching a princess suplex a ninja was not how I thought I was going to start my day, but I'm kind of glad I did. Okay, while this is all fun and all, but Nagi's kind of has a reputation for, well, insane stuff. And I'm not seeing any of that or heard anything yet. Oh, dear God, there it is. What the absolute fuck am I watching? Okay, after that completely weird shit, she washes off her makeup and then takes off her wig. And since you guys know you're being hunted, why the hell didn't you do that sooner? Okay, time for more stupid shit. It turns out that their family blood gains strength by, well, succubus. Hence why the mom is so big. So she wants her daughter to follow in her footsteps by hiring people to try and rape her. Mother of the Year right there. Oh, and also that means that June's innate strength is actually due to her own merit, which is kind of neat, but I'm still distracted on trying to get that last scene out of my head. So we get a final boss fight between our mom and our daughter, and she uses her brain to win by suckering her into a unicorn trap. She then comes back as a demon, so they have to stake a bitch. Okay, but quick question. How the heck did this get an English dub? Well, actually, now that I think about it, almost all of his work got it. So, anyway, let's just move on to our manga for this week. Since we covered a lot of anime at the start, and we're still trying to get back to a normal schedule, that's why we're just going to do this for now. So, let's continue our look at the works of the artist Shinmu. And I thought we were down to his last one, but one of our viewers pointed out that he still has 2 other comics as well that wasn't on the site that we were on. So today we're going to be covering When You Grow Up. And it starts with, like the title suggests, a group of kids talking about what they want to be when they grow up. A florist, run a candy shop, a nurse, and another one just shouts trains. And we continue to see them grow up, and how their chosen fields have started to change over the years. But as the story goes on, some of the lines get redacted. Slowly at first, but it continues until the entire paragraph is blacked out. As we cut to modern day, and a girl finally grown up, and told to redo an assignment that she messed up on. Hence all the black marks. After work, she bumps into one of her old friends, and they decide to get the gang back together for old time's sake. But in the background, her reflection resembles that of when she was back in high school. She goes through the rest of her day-to-day stuff, but again it keeps popping up. Next as a junior high student, and then when she turns off the light, she's back to a grade schooler. And then when she wakes up and rushes off to meet her friends, it's back to a kindergartner. The group catches up and talks about how their lives are doing now, any love life, where they're working, that kind of thing. And one of them remarks that she now has the perfect job, only for a voice to call out behind them, liar. They turn to see a group of girls behind them. Some words are exchanged, and the kids say, "How can your job be perfect if you wanted to be a nurse?" She brushes it off and turns to leave, but the kid says that this is all wrong, and then stabs her in the leg with a scalpel, saying that liars need to die. And the others run off, leaving her behind as she gets swarmed. And you can see a pattern going from here, as the next one gets pushed in front of the tracks, because her ideal job was trains. And her next one wanted to run a candy shop, so they dropped a sack of sugar on her head, snapping her neck. And finally, we get down to our last one, the girl who wanted to be a florist. Her old self asks her why she hasn't done so. She starts off with, well, dreams change as you get older, but she's not having any of it. Dreams are precious, and they're things that were worth fighting for. She then tries to pass off like the logistics of trying to do that for a job, but it comes off more as excuses. You're in a dead-end job that you hate, and you won't even try to follow the one thing that you loved. If that's the case, then I never want to become someone like you. We then get a zoom in of her face, and we end the manga with a flashback to kindergarten, and the dreams that they would go to any lengths to make sure come true. And for those of you wondering, yes, I went back to the first story to check out if any of them showed up in that one. Sadly they don't. And we also don't get a cameo from our other girl as well. But again, we still have 2 more mangas to cover. And I'm thinking that after we cover them all, probably do an overview of the series as well. And that about does it for this video. If you have any other ideas like seeing made to a video, then please post it down in the comments below, and we'll add it to our next viewer request week.
It's now time for the part of the show where we ask you to help us appease the YouTube algorithm by dropping a like, share, or comment. It helps out much more than you'd think.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, then it's very much appreciated. And if you'd like to support this channel, then please visit our Patreon. Link will be down in the description below. Even if you can't give a lot, every little bit helps. Oh, we also started up a Let's Play channel. So if you want to see us try out some horror games, then feel free to stop on by. Link will be in the card as well as in the description. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Anyway, I'm Runya.
And I'm Ada.
Reminding you to take life in moderation.
Weep not, poor children, for life is this way, murdering beauty and passion. Hush now, dear children, it must be this way, to weary of life and deceptions. Rest now, my children.